Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we are going to cover 10 things that you should know before you travel to Indonesia. So let's get going.
Do not drink tap water in Indonesia. It's not safe. Either boil and filter your water before drinking or just go and buy mineral water.
In 2020, Indonesia implemented a new regulation to curb the circulations of black market mobile phone in Indonesia. This means any mobile phone purchased outside of Indonesia would not work with a local number unless you registered the IMEI number. If you are a tourist, you can register and use your mobile phone with a local number for up to 3 months for free. However, if you are an Indonesian or you plan to stay longer than 3 months, you will need to pay the related import tax when you're doing the registration. Doing this directly when you landed at the airport will reduce the amount of tax that you need to pay. But do note, from time to time, these rules and regulations might change. Better be safe and check the latest one before you arrive.
Public transportation in Indonesia, with the exception of Jakarta, which has improved a lot recently, is not great. Thankfully, there are Gojek and Grab, which are used extensively, relatively safe, and very convenient. If you choose to go with a taxi, go with a reputable brand like Bluebird and insist on using the meters. There are a lot of taxi scams involving tourists and locals, so be very wary and careful.
If you choose to rent a vehicle and drive yourself, well, you'll soon find out that the traffic here is not great either. Driver here often takes rules as mere suggestions, so it makes driving in cities rather chaotic and you have to drive very carefully. In smaller towns, you may be dealing with very narrow roads or bad road conditions. You can definitely get by driving by yourself, but keep this in mind, temper your expectations, and drive carefully out there.
If you ask me, Indonesia has the best foods in the world. But the best local foods are often found in small shops, street-side stalls, or street carts. Don't hesitate to ask the locals for their recommendations.
Still on the subject of food, the spice tolerance in Indonesia is rather high. You may think that you can take your spice, but here in some places they really bring it to another level. Be a bit conservative instead for the sake of your stomach. Once you know that you can take it, you can ask for spicier.
Note the number formatting used here. In Indonesia, the character used for the thousand separator is the period, and the character used for the decimal separator is the comma. So for example, 10,500 is displayed like.
Indonesia has the largest Muslim populations in the world. People here tend to be religious and more conservative in their values. So, when you're here, please dress and act respectfully, even if you are a non-believer.
Tipping is generally not required in Indonesia, but it is always appreciated because labor is cheap here. I normally tip the people who provide personal service, like a haircut, a pedicure, a massage, hotel porters who help me with my luggages, and I round up taxi fares and let the drivers keep the change.
Last but not least, you certainly need to visit Bali, but don't limit yourself to the island. There are so many places that are beautiful and worth visiting in Indonesia. For example,
we hope you find these useful. We're making other videos about Indonesia that you can check out in the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching and travel safe.